What's up, y'all? It's your boy TyLoTheGentleman, and for all y'all that want a piece of One Piece, welcome to Wano Piece. This week we are recapping chapters 141 through 160. As you can see, I added an extra piece of artwork to my room. Bam! We got Luffy punching through my wall right now, just to show off his strength, as he will in these chapters. So Zoro is cold, he gets back from his swim, and he needs a jacket. He asks to borrow Usopp's jacket, Usopp says no, and then he sees these soldiers guarding where Dalton is buried by the snow. And he punches the guy in his face and takes his jacket. And then the drum soldiers, they want to fight him, the drum soldiers. And Zoro beats them all. After they defeat the drum soldiers that are guarding where Dalton is buried, they save Dalton by digging him out. And then the doctors who were actually with Wapol, they actually heal Dalton, or nurse him back to health to the best of their abilities. During this time, Wapol defeats the Lapins and reaches the top of the mountain where his castle is. The castle is Hilruk's tomb. That's what the other doctor said. And the reason being is because he died here when he was trying to save all the other doctors. He wasn't a good doctor, but he wanted to help people. Hilruk is the first person to say that he would never hurt Chopper. He found Chopper, and they became good friends. Chopper is the reindeer that takes Dr. Korea back and forth up and down the mountain. So, the name Dragon came back up again, and the reason is he's the one who saved Luffy from Captain Smoker, if you guys remember a few chapters back. And his name came up again because he's the Revolutioneer in Alabasta. So he's the person causing the Alabastrians to have a revolution. Now, I believe he's causing the people to have a revolution against King Nefertari. But the reason he's doing that is because of whatever Crocodile and the Baroque works people are doing. Even though Dr. Hilruk dies, he gets Dalton to believe that this country can be a much better place. Dalton was loyal to the king who came before Wapol, who was Wapol's dad, but Wapol started ruling the kingdom way differently than his father did against Dalton's judgment. So what happens is Dalton kind of gets cast out because he won't apologize to the king for saying he's not running the kingdom right. Now back to Wapol. Wapol gets to the top of the castle and gets punched in the face automatically and almost falls back down the mountain because of Luffy can finally fight him back. Luffy didn't fight him because he was carrying Sanji and carrying Sanjay and carrying Nami at the same time. So there was nothing he could really do to fight him. He just had to run for the time being. So he finally got the opportunity to lay hands on that man and boom, hit him with something like that. Now, Luffy's putting the whooping on King Wapol. He can't take it, so he eats his men. He becomes like this big factory, right? And he eats his men as well, and they combine. So now what we have is Luffy versus King Wapol, and then we have Tony Chopper versus Chess and Kuramimo. Chopper eats this thing called the Rumble Ball, and he gets ready to rumble for real. And he defeats Chess and Kuramimo in 3 minutes, because that's how long his Rumble Ball lasts. And then he turns back into that little cute reindeer thing. So yeah, he put the whooping on him. Now, while Chopper is fighting them, Luffy is paying attention to the fight, and King Wapol gets away and goes into his castle. Now, the reason he's trying to get into his castle is because he's trying to get into his armory so he can eat the weapons and become even stronger. So he can't find the key because Nami stole the key from him. He starts chasing Nami, but Luffy catches up and puts the whooping on him again. At one point, while he's chasing Nami, he eats himself. He eats himself to become skinnier so he can run faster. And then when Luffy catches him, as Luffy always does, he sends him flying with that Gum Gum Bazooka attack. I feel like the Gum Gum Bazooka is his favorite boss finisher. If you feel like there's a different finisher he likes more, let me know in the comments below. I think he likes to use the Gum Gum bullet or the Gum Gum pistol as the opener, and I think his finisher is the Gum Gum bazooka. Which one do you guys think? Let me know below. So, a man named Ace came looking for Luffy in this town where they met Wapol, or the Drum Drum Kingdom, and he's also looking for Blackbeard. What we find out later is Ace is actually Luffy's older brother. And then Blackbeard used to be a part of the Whitebeard pirates. Ace, who's Luffy's brother, is a part of the Whitebeard pirates. He's the 2nd Division commander. Now this other guy, Blackbeard, he goes by Blackbeard now. He left the Whitebeard pirates and he killed a Whitebeard pirate member and then left. So now Ace is chasing him because he was the commander of this guy. The name Gold D. Roger came up. I'm not sure what that means. If you guys know what it means, definitely let me know in the comments below. We can have a little conversation about it because I want to know more about that, but I wasn't really sure when I read it. After they save the town, Chopper joins the group. So Chopper becomes the newest member of the crew. He's an excellent member because he, 1, is a doctor, and 2, he can fight. Okay, so back to the Baroque Works people. Mr. 2 can't find Mr. 3. So Mr. 3 is still around because his ship can only work if he works it. Now, but no one, Mr. 2 can't find him. But Mr. 2 ends up on the Going Merry, the ship where Luffy and the rest of the people are. He ends up on their ship because they're fishing and accidentally catch him somehow. But he ends up on their ship. His power, his Gum Gum power, is that he can change his face, or his Devil Fruit power is that he can change his face to anyone else's face. In order to combat this, once they found out he was Mr. 2, in order to combat this, they all decide, Luffy and the crew, they decide to tie something around their left arm so that way they know that it's them. They know who it is. Nefertari Cobra is the king of Alabasta. He's Vivi's dad. And he feels like Crocodile is actually a good person because whenever pirates attack different parts of Alabasta, even before the soldiers can get there, Crocodile saves the day. Even though he's a Shichibukai, he keeps saving this kingdom from pirates, making the people believe that he is a savior or a really good person. Even the king of Alabasta believes he's a really good person. He doesn't even know that this guy is actually Mr. Zero, the leader of Baroque Works, causing your people to separate. So it's, wow, it's a deep-seated conspiracy in Alabasta going on right now. While Luffy and the crew were sailing, they came across a sea cat. Of course, they're hungry at this time after a long trip from the giant island and the Drum Kingdom. So they're very, very hungry at this point. And they're like, yo, let's eat it, let's eat it. And Princess Vivi says, no, like, this is a sacred creature of Alabasta. So this also shows that we're here, we're very close. Okay, so Ace is in the first town they stop at, one of the shore towns. Ace is there, he's eating, and he's falling asleep, and everybody's making a big ruckus. And Captain Smoker is also in this town, and he goes over to find out what's all the commotion, finds out it's Ace, and he's like, you're a pirate, I'm taking you in. But Luffy comes bursting in the door and knocks Captain Smoker through a bunch of walls, and he doesn't do it on purpose, but he's just ready to eat. And then he orders food, he starts eating, even though he put a hole in the wall, he doesn't even care, he's just hungry. And then what happens is Captain Smoker comes back, chases Luffy, and then Luffy runs, and Ace saves him again, or Ace saves him from Captain Smoker. So every time Captain Smoker comes to fight Luffy, Luffy can't really beat Captain Smoker, or he can't hit him, or doesn't know how. So he usually runs from him. But this is the second time he's been saved from someone. So, what's his name? Ace, Fire Fist Ace, saves Luffy from Smoker. His Devil Fruit power, Ace also is a Devil Fruit user. His Devil Fruit power is fire. So him against Smoke is pretty much a stalemate. What he ends up doing is making a big wall of fire, and then goes to catch up with Luffy, introduces himself, gets to know everybody on the ship, asks Luffy and his friends to join the Whitebeard pirates. they decline because Luffy wants to be the king and Ace wants Whitebeard to be the king of pirates. So, you know, it's wild. It's wild to see that two brothers. I have a lot of brothers myself. I have 5 brothers. I'm the oldest of 6. And it would be crazy to see one of your brothers on the Grand Line. It's one thing if it's your dream to be on the Grand Line. It's another thing if it's also your brother's dream to be on the Grand Line. So it's a very dangerous place if you guys haven't seen already. I'm sure you guys know at this point. And I hope you guys like my shirt, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, you know, if I was in the Arlong Pirates, this is what I'd wear probably, something like this. Before Ace leaves, he gives Luffy something that appears to be a blank piece of paper and says that it will come in handy later, or it'll mean more later. So Luffy gets Nami to sew the piece of paper in the top of his hat. So I wonder when that piece of paper is going to come back. I'm sure it'll come back at some point. Ace said the next time he meets Luffy, it will be at the pirate's top. So I'm assuming, I'm not sure where this place is. It's got to be top somewhere. I'm not sure if it's the last island he's talking about or what. But I'm excited to see when Luffy's brother comes back in the picture because he seemed pretty cool. Okay, so all these chapters end with the Baroque Works officers having a meeting. And when they have this meeting, Mr. 1 and Mr. 2 get into a big fight. It's eventually broken up by Miss Doublefinger. But yeah, that's where they're at. They're all on their way. Oh, also Mr. 11 is killed by some of the billions. There's the millions and then there's the billions. The billions are 200 people and they're next in line to become officer numbers if the officers die or if the, you know, yeah, basically that's it. That's the only way out is if the officers die. So they would take their position. Let me let you know about the short comics. Django was left behind by the cat pirates. He ends up taking off his normal costume and he goes into a dance contest, and at this dance contest he also meets Iron Fist Full Body. Him and Iron Fist become good friends, but the Marines are still looking around for Django because they found his clothes. Now what happens is the Tulip Pirates attack. Django uses this to sneak away, but since him and Full Body became such good friends, he comes back and saves Full Body from the Tulip Pirates, which is pretty cool. Alright guys, that's the end of this video. If you liked, please like it, comment, subscribe, let your friends know so they can get caught up too. We're on the journey to Wano. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.